I hope I am live in the community. Come on in, come on in. Sabrina here. I am really excited to be coming live with you all today. So welcome. Welcome to day one of our Think and Grow Rich Challenge. I am Sabrina and I'm going to be your host and your personal coach for this event. And I am genuinely really happy for each and every one of you who have registered and who may be catching this live throughout the week, because you are going to experience a shift at the end of this training regarding your relationship with richness. So as you're hopping on, say hello, let me know you are here and where you are watching from. And if this is the first time that you are catching a training here in the Be a Diamond Mindset community, let me know in the comments below that this is your first time. We absolutely love to have you, and I hope that you are noticing that this is a really and truly unique community that is supportive of each and every individual in this group in terms of your learning and your growth. Okay, so I am a firm believer. I really am a firm believer that you can learn all the strategies, all the tools, all the tips, get advice from individuals ad nauseum, but none of that really and truly matters if you don't believe that it's possible to live a life of richness, or if you're not motivated to live that way. And so many people, they put aside their wishes, they put aside their dreams, their goals for some day. And then before you know it, they are at their end of days and they're filled with regrets. That is truly sad. And so this happens so often because their someday translates into their own limiting beliefs, their fears, their worries, their anxieties, and what ifs. And so these reasons and so many more are why your richness mindset is so important. So over the course of the next few days throughout this event, I'm going to be offering live training at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here in this community. And replays are going to be available, and they will be posted and organized in the guides section. It's a tab at the top of the community. And it's always best if you can participate and watch live. But if you are not able to do that, please continue to engage in the comments and ask questions as if you are watching live, because the energy is so important. And I guarantee that if you have a question, somebody else who is watching likely has that question as well. Okay. And there's a reminder that there's a giveaway happening for $150. And all you need to do is share your excitement about being registered and about participating in this community. And we've provided the images, we've provided suggestions on what you can say when you're sharing it amongst your social media. And once you've done that, you comment "done" in that post, and then you're eligible for the $150 giveaway prize. So it's really easy. Also, there's going to be check-in posts that happen every single day, because you are provided a workbook. It's important that you download this workbook and that you do the work, because application is key. And so these check-in posts are meant to hold you accountable. And so I encourage you to comment on those check-in posts once you've done your homework in the workbook, so that we can all learn from each other and so that we can all support one another and cheer you on as you go through this event and you do your learning. And the workbook, as I mentioned, is going to be your guide for the week. And so it's important, it's imperative that you download it. I've included the link here in this video, but it's also in the introduction video that is posted in the guide section in this group. Additionally, myself and Jordana, we have made ourselves available for this week's challenge event. And I am booking breakthrough activation calls. These calls are a free service to each and every one of you if you've not participated in one of these calls before in the past. And it's really to kind of give you a solid basis to tackle any problems, any concerns, any questions that you might have. So you will walk away with strategies and some guidance on how you can achieve a rich-filled life. There's absolutely no reason for you not to take advantage of these calls. So if you still need the workbook, or if you would like a call, just let us know in the comments below and we'll make sure that you get the information. Above all else, I just encourage you to engage, to participate, to have fun, and just be open to embracing this process of learning and challenging yourself this week, because it's going to be a process of self-discovery and transformation at the end. So let's dive in. So in order to cultivate a healthy richness mindset, you have to, it's imperative that you develop, a positive attitude and that you persevere. In my experience, attitude and perseverance, they go hand in hand, and you cannot have one without the other. And so they both help you to get through the highs and the lows of life. And attitude and perseverance really and truly spell out how you cope, and whatever perspective you have invariably has an effect on your success in life and in achieving the richness you desire in any area. And so today we're talking about the importance of attitude and perseverance in developing a healthy richness mindset. Inherently, your attitude has a basic structure, and it's formed entirely by you. If you entertain in your mind a specific thought for a lengthy period of time, it will inevitably, create a permanent entity in your mind. So in your conscious and in your subconscious mind, it'll become permanent, whether it's for better or for worse. And so once it's formed, this then becomes, your go-to response. This then becomes your habit. So whenever you have those triggers or those situations that happens, this is your go-to response. So living your life predominantly requires a positive attitude and the ability to persevere because of this high and low cycle. And so few people really and truly remain at the top of the high cycle. And so it's unavoidable that you're going to cycle through phases of trials, of challenges, and of struggles. So where are you right now in your life? Are you in, a low cycle, or are you in that high cycle? I'm curious to know. And so if you'd like to share, drop it in the comments below. So before any difficulties arise in your life, your mindset must be able to possess positivity and a certain level of faith. This is what really defines a solid attitude. And while you cannot ever have absolute control over everything that happens or everything that occurs in your life, your attitude and the approach that you choose, aka persistence, is fully in your control. You have complete and utter control in your attitude and whether you choose to persevere. Because our attitude about any state or any condition in our life is always, always within our power to choose. 100%. And this is an important point to process when it comes to developing a richness mindset. Because what that ultimately means is it's up to you. It's not up to anybody else. You have the power to control your state of mind and whether you will choose a positive attitude and whether you will choose to persevere and continue on. And so our attitude towards richness in any area of our life is really and truly rooted in our beliefs, and it's unique across all individuals. So certain attitudes towards richness can create a negative impact. So ultimately, if your heart is not truly into what you are doing, you will never be as productive as you can possibly be and successful in reaching your richness goals as someone who has the right attitude and who is all in. This is a key point and a key factor. So it's really simple. It's really simple. Positive attitudes, they produce more favorable outcomes, while negative attitudes only generate failure. And this is why you will never master the art of persistence and perseverance if you allow negativity to overpower. Because how can you? If someone has a negative attitude, they are not going to be motivated to continue on when something presents itself as a challenge. They are going to give up. And so we all have the power to respond to any given situation in any way we want, regardless of the circumstances. And this is exactly why you can either choose to react positively or negatively. So let me ask you something. And I want you to really and truly reflect and be honest with yourself. And if you'd like to share in the comments below, I would really appreciate it. But if not, that's okay. I want you to think of a time where you did not reach a goal that you were working towards. I want you to really get that situation clear in your mind. How did you feel? Did you feel like a failure? Did you feel inadequate? Did you feel angry, apathetic? Let me know in the comments below. How did you feel with this situation where you were unable to reach a certain goal that you were striving towards? And now answer this. Did you quit? Or did you change direction? Which one is it? Did you give up and just say it wasn't possible? Or did you look at the situation and change direction? Did you pivot in terms of how you were going to reach your goal? So you are not the first person nor the last person who has struggled with attitude and persistence when you are trying to embrace richness in your life and reach your goals. Henry Ford, for instance. Henry Ford, innovative into industrial production. You know, this is what he did with the assembly line, right? But before founding the extremely successful Ford Motor Company, he was previously bankrupted and penniless 5 times because of previous failed ventures. Albert Einstein. Einstein is now almost exclusively associated with genius. When we hear Albert Einstein, we think genius. But young Albert was not viewed this way. In fact, his parents and his teachers, they thought he may have a learning disability and he was socially awkward because he actually wasn't able to speak until the age of 4, and he wasn't able to read until the age of 7. And he was actually eventually expelled from school. That's Albert Einstein. Thomas Edison. He was considered unteachable as a youth. And he changed the world with his invention of the light bulb. But before he got that invention correct and it succeeded, before that happened, he discovered 1,000 different ways that he could not build a light bulb. So imagine a world where these 3 individuals, and so many more, there's countless examples, but imagine a world where these 3 individuals just gave up, where they didn't persevere, where they didn't try to find another way, where they had a negative attitude and they weren't motivated and they just stopped. Imagine what would have happened, where they allowed their fears, their insecurities, their negativity to overrule. And so no matter what you do in life, there will be times where things don't go according to your plan. It is inevitable, where you feel that things are working against you, where you believe that you have failed. These situations will occur. It is inevitable. And so no one likes to experience these challenges. However, if you change your attitude, towards the experience and you choose to learn from it rather than not, it will progress you further, 100%. If you can develop this skill of seeing the good in people, or seeing the good and learning from a situation, then you are going to find it easier to persevere. You will. And so now, being persistent and having an appropriate attitude towards achieving richness does not mean that you don't change course. Edison tried 1,000 times before he got it right. He changed course and pivoted 1,000 times. And so the goal always stays the same, but you can certainly learn from it and shift and pivot and grow. Yes, Delroy, seeing the good in people. It's so important and it's impactful. It really and truly is. And so it's important to develop this attitude of, what can I learn from this? Rather than, this is not going to work. I'm not going to try again. It's no use. Do you see how negatively powerful those statements are? In comparison to, I've learned from this, and now I'm going to try a different way. That is a much different attitude to have. And so the next time you experience some difficulty or some struggle in your life, I'm going to challenge you to stop and ask, what lesson can I learn from this? How is this going to make me a better person? Because ultimately, in the end, richness means so many things to so many people. But ultimately, the goal is to be a better person. Really, if you think about it, if you are a better person, richness will come to you, abundance will find you. And that's what it truly is about. The goal stays the same. Yes, Delroy. It always stays the same. And so I am asking you, in this moment, are you ready to take life into your own hands? Are you ready, to push your negativity, those worries aside, and book a free call? Are you ready to go all in and work with me on your journey to a rich, filled life? If you are, drop persistence in the comments below or drop call in the comments below. In the meantime, I am going to challenge you. I am going to challenge you to persist through this event. I am going to challenge you to show up every day. If you're not able to show up live, show up on the replay as if you're watching live. Complete your tasks in the workbook. You are going to persist through, and I want you to be open. I want you to be open to embracing the change. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for hopping on live today, and we'll see you tomorrow. It's Sabrina here. Bye for now.